Hi everyone, this is audap. Let's check out S.W.A.N Chernobyl Unexplored running on Series X. Alright, what do we got here? We got settings. We don't use the D-pad apparently. Why is all this stuff... There's like items here that are blanked out. It's just the image brightness. Yeah, okay. Subtitles on, yes, good. I guess there's probably advanced graphics for the PC version. So I just blanked out the other boxes. Oh well, they did what they could.
On the 26th of April, 1986, near the city of Pripyat in Ukraine, a disastrous catastrophe had taken place. The reactor Unit 4 of the Chernobyl Nuclear Power Plant had broken down, which led to its explosion and subsequently to radioactive contamination of the vast area. In a short period of time, over 350,000 people were evacuated and resettled. A restricted zone was designated around this power plant, which extends to many kilometers. All buildings within this zone, including the surrounding city, were abandoned. At the beginning of February,
yeah, you may have remembered this from the Switch release, which came quite a bit earlier. I guess it was maybe a timed exclusive.
From the Moscow Institute of Physics
yeah, we're getting this on
which measured
this
radiation.
I believe it's going to be on the PlayStation 4 as well at some point in time.
Received signals that proved the existence of people operating in this area. Also, various unexplained anomalies had been discovered.
I thought it was pretty
which
good.
could have resulted from a
so
type of
be curious to see how it
radiation
looks on the Xbox.
previously unknown to scientists. It turned out that near the city of Pripyat, the S.W.A.N Institute was also located here. Its name comes from the abbreviation Syndrome Without a Name, the term given to the group of symptoms that do not occur in any known and catalogued disease. The facility was unofficially conducting a research program on unprecedented and very disturbing neurological and psychological disorders for many years. After the disaster, the institute was omitted during the evacuation operation because it was not included on any map. Only a few people from the USSR Ministry of Internal Affairs knew about its existence, but after the Chernobyl accident, they chose not to perform rescue operations on its territory. Scientists received details regarding the institute's scope of activity from an anonymous person. The facility was top secret and cut off from the rest of the world. People were sent there from all over the globe, and each medical case was unique in its own way. Because of the extraordinary abilities resulting from unexplored and undiagnosed diseases, patients were a threat to the environment. They were caged up and lived in strict isolation. This entire situation was kept secret from people outside the government, other than the few scientists who were made aware of the Institute's activities. Scientists from the Moscow Institute, experts from the General Nuclear Inspectorate of Ukraine, and the rescue staff decided to send a special research and rescue expedition immediately to clarify the source of the anomalies and to save people who might still be alive. The group was commanded by Alexei Tokovsky, a rescue specialist. After determining the exact coordinates of the facility, the group reached the place and got inside. However, all people were separated and lost contact with each other in unexplained circumstances. to all the people whose life changed irreversibly after the events of April 1986 in Chernobyl.
Okay, well, at least the bar filled up fast. It's not doing anything. Yeah, we have our very PT cold open. I guess it's not a cold open. There was like an opening cinematic. Oh boy, it's interesting to see it in 60 frames, that's for sure. Personal notes, 10th of February, 1987. The mission begun on the 10th of February, 1987 at 8 a.m. The search and rescue expedition under my leadership consists of 7 people, including me. We are taking a helicopter flight to the S.W.A.N. Institute. We intend to verify the data received from an anonymous informant. If the information is confirmed, we have a scandal of Chernobyl's magnitude on our hands, or even a bigger one. Other nations will get interested in this issue soon, especially that, since the nuclear reactor disaster, all eyes are on us. It is strange that despite this, nobody else had found out about this facility's existence. I'm not intending on keeping it a secret. Well, for now, the priority is to rescue the poor souls who are most likely still on the Institute's premises. We have medication, rescue equipment, and highly trained people. Search and rescue mission, expedition crew. Myself, Alexei Atkovsky, rescue unit leader. Grigory Vasiliev, medical doctor. Anatoly Avramovi, rescue unit member. Radomir Bogomazov, rescue unit member. Yegor Dubinin, rescue unit member. Vyacheslav Voronin, rescue unit member. Petya Ostrovsky, rescue unit member. Yeah, the names haven't gotten any easier to pronounce. Grab that. Grab the torch. Items kept in the bag. Right button to open and close. Open bag pauses the game. Picking up the torch. Y to turn it on and off. Left button for the journal. Alright, great. Torch. Description. A solid Soviet torch enable. Proof casing. Reliable and resilient like a tank. Goodbye, Alexei. Well, that's... I mean, thank you. But, the door is jammed. That's right. The door has been crushed and preserved. To be distributed in a jar, a glass jar. It's dangerous here. I mean, they took my home away. Well, I mean, they wrote very neatly. Spoopy music. Yeah, I said I thought it ran pretty good on the Switch, but obviously it's not going to compete with the Series X. So we get a much better resolution, just solid frame rate. Since the incident, the telephone has been ringing less and less. I hope that Professor Kadanovsky knows what he's doing, especially now that the anomalies keep getting stronger and the patients are getting more detached by the day. I myself barely managed to cope mentally. Yeah, well, that's not good news, is it? I wouldn't say it's terribly great news. Still got kind of like a wobbly point of view in it. It lags slightly. Whoa. Wow. Well, I don't have to worry about taking a message, huh? One job done. Door is locked with a key. Well, I don't have a key, unless there was a key in here. Was there a key in here? I mean, I don't recall there being a key. Just a blowing up phone. Is there a key in here? Oh, was this open before? I've left the detector in the locker for you. It will come in handy when that damnation appears again. Please remember to turn off the light when it's close by, and don't run. And don't ruin it. Please. I hope we'll meet again, alive. Okay, so I can't use my flashlight. Well, that doesn't sound great. Flip. 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 Oh, it is dark, dark. Cassette missing. To our revered comrade, Kadanovsky, with kindest regards. Dear Andre, our friend, we, your party comrades, would like to express our pride of your membership. Your input is invaluable. You are one of the founding blocks of our ever-growing community. We are deeply convinced that your work will keep on strengthening both our friendship and the party's might. Thank you for your arrival at the official decoration ceremony. Please remember, you can always count on us. Long live the Ukrainian Socialist Soviet Republic. Long live the USSR. Okay, well, don't live so long that you're, like, haunting me. I think that's living too long. Password. Well, I don't have the password yet. Stumble around in the dark here. Ghost after me.
Her medical case was exciting and nightmarish at the same time. 1. I have no idea why, but this monotonous and seemingly funny melody made this woman appear from practically nowhere. 3. It is a contrast of sorts. How a completely innocent sound was a foretelling or an omen of the atrocity to come. 9. Horrifying beauty. 4.
May I say that again one more time?
Her medical case was exciting and nightmarish at the same time. 1. I have no idea why, but this monotonous and seemingly funny melody made this woman appear from practically nowhere. 3. It is a contrast of sorts. How a completely innocent sound was a foretelling or an omen of the atrocity to come. 9. Horrifying beauty. 4.
Yeah, 1394. Okie dokie. You're so clever how you hit that. Welcome to the S.W.A.N. Institute system. Loading files. Loaded. Kadanovsky. How about the safe? Yeah. Thank you. How about some notes? Okay, the S.W.A.N. factor. I am convinced of the existence of the S.W.A.N. factor. Since the beginning, I believe it is achievable, and I can obtain it. If that were not the case, this whole project, institute, equipment, personnel, none of this would have existed. Everything comes down to one thing. There's one goal to it all. The discovery and extraction of a factor which makes each individual case unique among all the medical cases collected here, and which displays its own abilities. The military is expecting results. As long as they're paying, the works will continue. The binding capsule is a remarkable device, just like the mind reader. Since the beginning, it was our most ambitious project. Even though it was, and still is, created in an extremely difficult time for us. And it is not made to create, but to destroy. When it all got out of control, and the damned incident started to cause all those sick events, we had to look for rescue. Who would have helped us? The party? The ministry? Fuck them. It's too late now anyway. Though the thought of noting down the history of the beginning of the Institute has been coming to my mind for quite some time now. The construction of the SWAN Institute has begun at the beginning of the 1970s. The whole operation was oversaw by me, medical science professor Andrei Kedanovsky. I was also designated by the USSR ruling party as the director of the facility. The first meaningful decision for me was the location of the institute. It is not accidental. The facility is placed near a peaceful town of Pripyat, which was just being built. A nuclear power plant was under construction in the nearby Chernobyl at the time, which was supposed to provide clean atomic energy. I decided that the surrounding area would be well guarded and nobody would dare to bother the people in the facility. The institute is a high-security facility, surrounded by a tall wall and hidden in a forest. In 1973, the first patients arrived. In the following years, it kept on growing, and it was extended to accommodate more patients, with new wings and wards getting added. Item added to bag. What's the item? Oh, I got a key. I got a key. I got a key. Uh-oh. Yeah, hot times here. Well, I do need to leave. Hi. Would you like to dance? Oh, okay. Yeah, no problem. Turn off the radio. Are you gonna stay off? Come here. I'm gonna get you. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna get you. You are radioactive. Could you please go away? I'm kind of busy.
Her medical case was exciting and nightmarish at the same time. 1. I have no idea why, but this monotonous and seemingly funny melody made this woman appear from practically nowhere. 3. It is a contrast of sorts. How a completely innocent sound was a foretelling or an omen of the atrocity to come. 9. Horrifying beauty. 4.
Beauty isn't really kind of coming to mind when I see her. Can we sneak? You can't see me, can you? Oh, well. Okay. Would you like a light? Back, demon! Okay, no, I'm just kidding about the demon thing. Just, hold off. Oh, I can't turn it on anymore. Okay, well. Well then. Are you done here, or? Aha. Take that. You can't survive without the light. Well, I mean, I can't really either, but we're gonna give it a good go. Down here somewhere, right? Device inactive. Can I close the door? No. Is that considered rude or something? Binding capsule management system. Description. The mind reader system is one of the inventions coming from Professor Katanovsky, the director of the S.W.A.N. Institute. In recent years, the patient's visions have become so deep and vivid that they have begun to seep through to new parallel dimensions that run alongside our reality and to imprint on them. The need for understanding these visions and the essence of their evolution has pushed the Institute personnel to construct a special device that would allow the user to travel to such dimensions. The S.W.A.N. Institute engineering team, led by Professor Katanovsky, created a prototype of the mind reader device. It consists of two key elements: the binding capsule. Innovative technology was used to create the capsule and to allow the connection between the device's body and the user's mind. Such a solution is also a security measure against the use of the mind reader by unauthorized individuals. After completing the procedure of binding the user's mind with the mind reader, the user is able to see portals to other dimensions created by the patients. They are shaped in the form of dark spheres. After entering the dimension, the transition to intermediary room takes place and opens the pathway to the chosen dimension. Mind reader core device. It is a device similar in size to a classic sidearm. It is activated at the point of entry to form a spherical portal. The device is used to detect thoughts created by patients and hidden in parallel dimensions. After the discovery of the first dimensions, the engineering team conducted a prototype test of the mind reader. During the test, they found out that the expansion of the dimensions can be stopped by destroying particles of thought which they contain. This is why the mind reader was upgraded with the thought obliteration function. Okay, calibration. What's the status? Calibrate. Yes, calibrate me. Calibrate me. I am connected, but where's the device? That lets me go pew pew. I should have a pew pew device. Everything's jammed. Do not follow this path. Well, that seems like I have a limited number of paths to go to. Please wash your ass before returning to work. I think that's what that says. I mean, I'm pretty sure. You have found one of the secret digits. Search for them in order to obtain a code to a room called the Whisper Room. Once you enter it, you will be awarded the S.W.A.N. Institute decoration. The collected secret digits are accessible in the bag and the additional materials section of the main menu. Famous scientist 1. Gavril Izarov, 15th June 1921 to 24th or 26th. One of those two numbers. July 1992. Orthopedic surgeon. In 1950, he has developed his own method of external bone stabilization, as well as of bone lengthening by limb bone shape correction, based on the distraction osteogenesis process that he has also researched himself. The system of his innovation consists of metal rings connected by rods pinned to the bone with Kirchner's wires. Today, it is called the Ilizarov apparatus. He patented the device in 1951. He was awarded with the Order of the Smile by the Soviet government in 1978 after petitions from Russian children. Oh, well, he looks like a fun time. Oh, that's a party animal face if I ever saw it. Okay, so don't go there, apparently. Oh, well, how nice of you to get the door for me. Uh, 28th November 1986. Case description and observations. Patients with numerous first and second degree burns on the whole body, but not displaying any damage to the neurological system. A lightning attractor particle was discovered in the patient's body, causing her to get hit by lightning several times per day. Lichtenberg figures colored brown and bluish form on her whole body. The patient possesses a special ability of summoning lightning balls, or balls of lightning that follow her steps. Okay, well, I guess that might be convenient if you don't have like a charger for your phone. Say, hey Mary, come over here. I've only got 2 bars. Can you help a brother out? Yeah, I got a little bit of choppiness there. Just a tiny bit. Doesn't really affect a game like this, of course, but it's just something to note. 27th January 1987. It is getting worse. All employees are living in fear. We do not have control over anything anymore. Patients used to get locked up for safety behind armed doors, but it is us who have stayed behind them now. The whole ward was a joke from the beginning. Humane conditions and good care have never existed here. These people's diseases made us see them as wild animals, and now everything turned against us. The worst thing is, there's no escape out of here, and the hunt has already begun. Does it mean like that? Does it mean hunting like that? I haven't gone on any hunts before. No. Well, that's not nice at all. We got here, we got a lady and a chicken and a lady. I'm sure that's the code. We got a TV here. Nice view. Ooh, was that Chris's blood? Well. Turn off the torch. I thought I turned off the torch. Hi. Well, I was going to help you out. Where's my super gunny gun? Just hanging around, huh? Come here often? Door's locked with a key. Don't I have a key? Oh. Well... I mean, I don't want to disturb you. Take the key. Are you gonna Is that your key? I mean, is she gonna be pissed off that I took her key? Well. Hi. Oh, come here. Give me a hug. Oh, I can't move. I was gonna try to run towards her. Ow, 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 ow. Rude. What? Okay. Walk towards the dimensional portal. Who are you?
I am an entity born from experiments that had been taking place in this institute. Those who had witnessed my creation called me the S.W.A.N phenomenon. I developed my own consciousness, and I exist trapped between reality and abstract space-time.
What experiments were those? Why were they undertaken?
I was never a regular person, even though I vividly remember the time when I lived free as a human. My condition was incredibly difficult, and no medical doctor could help me. The symptoms increased to such a point, I was becoming a danger to myself and my surroundings. I then got rejected by my family and persecuted by various people. They tried to kill me.
Go on.
One day, I received a message from a professor who said he was familiar with my case and thought he could try to help me. He claimed to be the founder and director of a specialist facility for people with rare, unknown, and dangerous ailments. I was supposed to be put to various tests and undertake experimental treatment methods.
The professor? Was that Kajandowski?
Yes, Professor Andrei Kajdanovsky. I saw you getting into his office. Even his notes speak of what despicable man he is.
What exactly happened when you got here?
Departure for the Institute was a blessing to me, an escape from a life full of suffering and becoming sicker by the day. Only here was I given a glimpse of hope, a slight shadow of a chance for a cure. For the first time, someone had reached out a helping hand. When I met Kajdanovsky, he was extremely kind-hearted, promising his full involvement in my conditions research and attempts to bring me back to full health.
What was next?
Everything changed when the research has started. I very quickly realized that something else was the main objective here, but it was too late to back out. People like me got locked up in here and were kept by force. They were used for research on obtaining and isolating the so-called S.W.A.N factor for the Soviet Army's needs, apparently.
What is that factor?
It is a factor present in anybody infected with the S.W.A.N type disease. It makes them unique and grants special abilities, not necessarily good ones.
Like a huge cock? Or?
According to the professor, due to the incredible power of my symptoms, I was a great potential source.
About the cock
thing. At the
thing.
same time, the level of complexity of my illness was extremely high. Experimental methods used by Kajdanovsky did nothing. It frustrated him greatly, triggered some inhuman instincts, even drove him mad. He'd work on my case for hours. I was not indifferent to that. I was suffering and feeling inhuman pain.
But did it make your cock bigger? And what happened to you then?
Thanks to the power of all the devices constructed especially for me, the factor had finally left my body by itself. It divided into two separate entities, light and shadow. I am the shadow entity. You could say that the original me died. However, my consciousness keeps on living in those two elements separated by the factor.
Where's the light part?
At this moment, I have to warn you. The portal you've located, thanks to the Mind Reader, did not appear for no reason. Mind Reader was created in this institute to find those portals and destroy the dimensions they lead to. But for the portal to form and the creator to be able to walk through it, something terrifying is required. If you have special abilities, it is possible to possess a person's life essence through murder and modify space-time to a point. The existence of each portal means somebody's death.
Oh, well, that's all. No biggie. Keep talking.
Portal's creation destabilizes your human reality. Changes happening in parallel dimensions are starting to have a destructive impact on this world. This is why they have to be destroyed as soon as possible. It is not possible to determine what can happen exactly, but any disturbance to the space-time continuum structure may have terrifying consequences for the whole mankind.
Do you suspect the portals are created by the light part of the...
It is not to be excluded. After my incident, various tragedies started happening in the Institute.
Guys, dicks get smaller.
Someone or something started to wreak havoc in here. Chaos took away many lives, and new portals were created. It is a lie that the patients did this, although it is most likely what you will read in the staff's notes. I believe it is something much more powerful, some unknown force. This is why the Institute's personnel was trying to fight it so frantically, constructing the Mind Reader in the process.
Do you know what exactly happened to my unit? Where are my people? Are they alive?
You shall find out in due time, as I'm sure we'll meet again. In a moment, you will enter the so-called intermediary room. It is a place between the human world and the extra-dimensional one. That's where you get to the memory wasteland, one of the parallel dimensions. That's where the dimension's creator's thoughts are stored and form the foundation for the dimension's existence. When you destroy them, you return to the Institute, and the dimension ceases to exist. Maybe you'll find more portals when you explore the corridors. Remember, each of them means somebody's death.
Okay. That's the end of that. Can I read that? Every time I come here, I pass through this strange portal. When I enter it, bliss overflows me. I do not feel pain nor fear. Everything bad disappears for a split second, like in the dying person's last moments. The most scary thing is that this incredible power has arisen from a horrifying crime. Freedom and escape tempt the patient and push them to the worst atrocities. Are their actions possible to ever be forgiven? Let's see, description. The Mind Reader system is one of Professor Kadanovsky's, the Institute's director's, inventions. The Mind Reader is a tool for the detection and obliteration of thoughts created by patients, imprinting their visions in parallel dimensions while escaping reality and disappearing into the deep layers of space-time continuum. The extra-dimensional areas are called memory wastelands. The Institute's staff travels to parallel dimensions, which keep on expanding and becoming more and more dangerous, and destroy them using the Mind Reader device. Professor Kadanovsky had built the intermediary room for his staff, where the staff members traveling to other dimensions can return during their work. It was created mainly to protect the workers from anomalies subsequently forming in new dimensions. Many of the staff members risk their lives so that they can keep working on new obliteration methods to reduce the ever-increasing danger. Coming back from parallel dimensions requires massive amounts of energy in order to generate a space-time tunnel, so such travels may last many days for the workers, and that's why they use the intermediary room as a shelter. Take out the mind reader. Launch mode 1, thought catching mode. By using the B button and locate a thought particle in the sky holding the right trigger, then aim at it to capture it. The uncollected thoughts are only visible when using mode 1. Catching something in the sky, though? What's in the sky? Am I stepping on this? Collect ammunition to fully access mode 2 through obliteration mode. Thought obliteration mode. By using B, aim at it and shoot it by using right trigger. Collect ammunition to fully access shadow mode 3. This seems unnecessarily complicated. Collect ammunition to fully access shadow mode. Okay. Destroy the enemy by using mode 3, shadow obliteration mode. Aim at them and hold right trigger. Are you the enemy? Collect ammunition. Destroy the remaining thought particles. Oh. Okay, I guess you can just fall through the floor. Well, why don't we stop it there? This is audap. You've been watching S.W.A.N Chernobyl Unexplored, running on Series X. Yeah, obviously this runs significantly nicer than it does on the Switch, although I thought the Switch still ran pretty good. You know, both games, you know, I mean, content-wise, they're the same game. It's just that this gets higher resolution, you know, potentially higher resolution, and a higher frame rate. But yeah, I think it's really creative. You know, the combat system's, you know, probably more complicated than it needs to be, but you know, I think the atmosphere and the overall construction, I think, are well done. So yeah, if you're into these sort of psychological horror games, I think it might be something that you'd be interested in. So check it out. It is available on the Switch and the Xbox. I think the PlayStation 1 is coming a little bit later, but right now those are the two consoles it's available for, along with PC. And yeah, check it out if you liked what you saw. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.